Heads, Bitcoin goes to 100K. Tails, Bitcoin goes back to 60K.
Right?
Let's have a look. Hello, we're in Florida today, far away from my hometown. I'm with the one and only Crypto Life. This is Eric from BTCC. Sam, how are we doing, man? I'm in your state. My first time ever.
Home state of Florida, man. I came here, no state tax, and it just feels great. You know, it definitely welcomed crypto. Mayor Suarez was heavy into crypto in Miami, and I don't know. I just felt like there was way more opportunity here. Second I came down, there was more events, more people I knew, multiple YouTubers. I think Crypto Jeb's from Gainesville, another guy's across, Scott Melker's like an hour away. Seems like there's just a hub for crypto here in Florida, man.
Is it something to do with the vibe out here? Because I landed here on Sunday night, just like 2 days ago, of filming this, and the vibe was just completely different to most places I visit. You know, I've been to Singapore, all the crypto hubs, Dubai, etc., wherever. But this place just, there's an energy here that I feel is like completely unmatched into most places I've been to, you know?
It's like there's parts of Florida that look like you're in the Caribbean, man. Like I go on a weekend and we have crystal clear water, beautiful white beaches. It is the Gulf, Miami, but Florida in general, man. People come here to get away from the rest of the United States, right? It's down there by itself, surrounded by water for a reason. It's almost like its own island compared to everywhere else. And a lot of people are fed up, like, especially with the things that, you know, or just whatever they're going, the cold weather in the Northeast. So when they get here, they're happy, man. They finally have made it. You know, I always plan on moving to Florida when I quote unquote made it, the town I picked. So I meet a lot of people that feel like they're where they dream to be, not where they have to be, right? And you see that a lot in Florida, so it creates an energy because everyone seems to be going after something that gives them energy back and they're happy. 2025, almost unbelievable year of my life. Linked up with you guys, right? We met up in Dubai. I flew to Singapore. I had never like gone to so many parts of the earth in 1 year. It was mind blowing. It was definitely like a rewarding feeling to be able to travel like that from all my hard work. So like 2025 just started and never stopped. I remember I bought my wife jewelry on the first of that year, which I've never done. Usually it's like, and I said, if I get her some nice jewelry on January 1st, I said, this year is just gonna start off right. And it did, man. From that day on, it was just, and it rocked all the way out. I think we ended the year above 100K, right? And then everything was all, and you start 2026, and you know, we had Iran tension, right? I literally popped my Achilles.
Yeah,
and next thing you know, I'm getting surgery for the first time in my life since, you know, I had a pin in my hand when I was younger. But man, to be told you're getting surgery at 43 years old, how am I gonna trade? I'm on painkillers. Like, can I watch the market? Can I really produce like I used to produce? And it was like, and I did, man. I have such good strategies and I had so much discipline and I never missed a stream. Even the day I got the surgery, I thought they put you to sleep at 7 in the morning for the surgery. I figured that you wake up at 2 in the afternoon, kind of not knowing your name, right? But they dial in anesthesia so well. Like, I'm back awake at like 9:15. And they're like, oh, you can go home now. And I'm like, go home after being cut open and like stitched up? Like, and I'm on the live stream in a hospital gown at 10 in the morning that day, just calling Bitcoin again. Like I never missed a beat, but it's been a challenging year. So for me, it started off like, you know, 2025 felt like that nothing could stop me. I started 2026 with, you know, not being able to sleep with pain. The pain was unbearable, man. The mental stress that was on my body, just not knowing when and how this was going to turn out. It was a lot, man. It was a lot. And I kind of felt it in the market too. It was almost like I was going through what a lot, you know, Bitcoin would go sideways for a day and a half, just nowhere, or liquidity grab, like nowhere, liquidity grab, like literally hit the shorts, hit the longs, hit the shorts, hit the longs. Like you had to be in and out. Now we're starting to get a trend again. You can trade the 1 hour time frame and believe it's going to keep going for days and on. Then we were just constantly looking for these little pockets and it was just market manipulation left and right. I mean, you could see it. So 2026 has been a lot harder, but it's been challenging. As a trader, you'll learn a lot. So if you did make it through this time, whoever's watching and listening here, like congrats to you. Like you learned a lot and you can use this information and the lessons you learned to make way better trades in the future. You know?
Yeah. I would say it looks like we may have, for now, bottomed in like middle of February, right? Or like towards the end of February, right? And I know people were still calling for shorts. I was still calling for like, you know, a sub 50K Bitcoin, but we've seen nothing but like a very nice gentle rise over the last like 2.5 months, you know? What do you think about like where we are currently in the market around the 80, 81,
Yeah.
82K currently? How are you seeing the next couple of months, weeks, days envelop?
You know, when we bottom wicked, I did call a nice little long in the 4-hour tweezer bottom. That's actually still in profit if you took it. I traded the monthly. I got in around 70,000. I've been in the trade since March 10th. It was underwater for a while, but now it's a solid trade that, you know, I can decide whether I want to. I can basically move the stop to break even, and I may be able to ride this puppy to 110, 120, maybe even 140K, right? So I started seeing macro signs that we had bottomed because I look at the monthly now 2 or 3 times a day. So if you watch my channel, you don't even have to really listen to me, but if you see me pressing that buy button, like, I've been notoriously accurate with it. Like, and you could just judge it on
There's like conviction there, you know?
Yeah, and the fear and greed index hit 5 twice. I use it at alternative.me, and every time I've done that, I've been very accurate. It has played out. Maybe not this time. I'm open-minded, but I'm seeing a climb higher. My thing is buy whenever there's heavy fear. And when I bought heavy fear at 60,000, 62, I said, hey, maybe we go down to 48, but I see that as the lowest. Maybe 38,000 to me was like, that was a 786 fib extension. I said, fine. I can take a 50% hit on a Bitcoin buy. I'll buy more down there.
Yeah.
It'll reverse pretty fast, I'm sure. I'll be back to break even, and then what do I have to worry about? I did the same thing at 19K. I bought a whole Bitcoin in front of everyone on my channel, and I said, you know, if we go down to 10K like y'all were saying, fine. I'll be down 50%. Oh, you know, and then I'll buy more Bitcoin at 10K. I'm sure it'll bounce back. I'll double my money and be back to break even quicker than I can say, you know, let's do it. So I was never stressed, and I'm doing the same thing now, man. And it's, you know, I may end up calling this bottom, like the way I, you know, I don't, like, I'm not saying it's 100%, but I did put my money in where I believe we're at a very great place for a probability to get.
You're one of the few guys that are happy to put your money where your mouth is, you know, and it's like, that's why you have the community built. That's why you have the lifers, and they see everything live every single day.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not really something that can be faked or can be like pictured. It's like everything is there for people to go back and see. I've done this. Like, you can see this. You can do this with me. It's up to you. Whether
when you show up every day, man. What happened to your short last night? What happened to your long? You gotta. In that, you know what? Honestly, I think the human mind is always being tempted. But you know, and we always could do a right or a wrong thing. And I think me going live keeps me on the even. It keeps me going. You know what I mean? Even if I believe I'm always going to be honorable 100%, but now I don't have a choice. Like, it's kind of like I make it so I have to be there and I have to come forward with whatever I did. And that's why my entries, I'm really, because when I make an entry for the trading group last night, or I'm going in a trade, I know I'm going to have to pony up to that the next morning, and there's going to be thousands of people. They're going to see whether I was right or wrong, and I want to explain why I did it, what my risk was, and whether I won or lost, you know? So going live every day will keep you honest, and it'll also keep you good at your own craft, right?
The herd mentality, you know, where everybody thinks is going to go lower, and then you're like one of the lone wolves who's live stream buying Bitcoin against everybody's beliefs, including, you know, my own. Like, I'm in that herd. I want it to go lower, you know, and it's left me extremely sidelined and still not knowing when to get in. Well, what is it like? How do people try and break out of that mentality that they get in?
So you get out of college, you're 24, then you hit 25, and by 28, you're like, all right, I need to like make this money, right? I got to be a millionaire by 30 or 35, right? And you get this projection in your mind. And what I did is I studied people with a lot of money, that way more money than me. Instead of just like going in the market and being crazy, I studied people that had made $1 billion. People that had traveled the world, people, you know, Jim Rohns, Bob Proctor, people that were also motivational speakers. You know, Napoleon Hill wrote a great book too, and Think and Grow Rich. And I read these books and I internalized the information, and it told me like I had to start making a 10-year plan. Like, the richest people don't have a 2-year plan. And it doesn't mean you need to know everything that's going to happen for the next 10 years. It means that if I put $1 into something today, I can begin to maybe see the appreciation of that investment from 10 years from now. So now you all of a sudden say, all right, I never really needed 50K. I just needed the best opportunity I could find, right? So today you're like, you know what, I'm going to change that mentality. I'm going to have a broader outlook because I want to be wealthy. I don't want to just be rich. I don't want to just be what everyone tells me. I'd like to build wealth for a generation, right? What can I do for the next generation? And like, I really look at it like that. And when I buy Bitcoin like that, I just see fear at a low price. And I say, you know what? 40K, 50K, 60K, 10, 20 years from now, these are going to be great buys. I'm buying against the herd, right? So you just got to realize that you're not going to be an all-star overnight. You may not change your life in 2 years, but you'll be on the path to real wealth. by having a longer term outlook than everybody else. And you'll end up buying more Bitcoin than they did. I'm under the idea that it's not a Ponzi scheme. It's just a new way of doing real money. And people don't understand how strong Bitcoin's going to become. Like if you really knew how much more valuable Bitcoin will be, you know, in the next 5 to 10 years, you would realize that like this is like the opposite of a Ponzi scheme, because it's gonna, once it flips, once it hits 250,000, like everyone's gonna be like, oh wow,
he was right.
I should have bought
Again,
a lot of strategy.
like
Now he's gonna be basically one of the richest men in the world, right? So, and there's a lot of controversy over what people don't understand. Again, I think strategy is a better buy than maybe master at this point, at MicroStrategy. But I believe when Bitcoin goes up, they're both gonna they're gonna accumulate over time, and then you'll see people jumping in, just like they ape into Bitcoin, you know?
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, you know, the market has been tough for a lot of people this year, and again, a lot of people are probably offside or sidelined, etc. What's some advice to how people should continue for the rest of the year?
If you really want to trade for a living, you got to demo. You got to use an account that has fake money to follow an actual strategy, right? And then DCA into Bitcoin. Too many people, they're making, let's say, $2,000 a week, $1,000 a week, whatever it is, and they join a trading group. They immediately they're back to the idea that they have to make money now. Bitcoin's not the answer. It's never going to happen. Instead of being like, you know what, I should just keep DCAing into a better asset than the dollar at this point. That's better than holding the dollar, right? The first thing is get off the dollar, get off of zero, and then learn how to trade. Too many people go into leverage trading, lose all their money. They have no money to buy Bitcoin now. And that's not what I want. I don't like that. That hurts me, because that's not, I want to see the world change, which I want to see people adopt real money. Don't overtrade. Don't feel like you have to day trade and swing trade if you don't know how. Demo trade first and DC into Bitcoin, like, because you'll miss these lows chasing trading, you know what I mean? And then these are the times where you really have to think about long-term wealth and accumulating Bitcoin, right?
So 3 things there that I heard. Buy Bitcoin, find your edge, be it daily, time frame, just DCA, and be disciplined. That's exactly what I got out of that one.
I found I day trade leverage way better. Whenever I'm trying to go, like I open up this monthly because I'm testing who I am as holding long. I've now been in the trade almost 2 months. That's cool for me. I've never been in a trade 2 months long. Like I wanted to feel what it was like to make a long-term trade. That's what I'm working on. That's my weakness. So I worked on it, right? And I didn't put tons of money. I went like 3,000 for 30,000, let's just say. I'll either lose $3,000, I'll make 30 grand, right? It's kind of a cool trade-off. And then on top of that, I day trade Bitcoin. Like last night I was up 5,000. I didn't say, oh, I got a perfect entry. If only I hold this for a few more weeks, this will be 20 grand and you know, this will be, all my problems will be solved. Just 20 grand, you know? It round tripped all the way back down to basically my buy point this morning. I sold 5,000, called it a day. Had I not sold that money and day traded, I would have been right back to break even right now with no gains. No cigar to smoke tonight. No, you know, I like rewarding myself. I like a jacuzzi night. I like a cigar. But I can't do it, you know, and I like to light these flames. And I do that when I make over $3,000 that day. And that's my goal. It's almost a couple times a week. I want to know I made a couple grand, and I want to sit there and smoke that cigar. That's my reward, right? For not going back in the market, for not FOMOing in at the top, for taking profits when I'm supposed to. I should reward myself for that, right? Definitely. So I chose that I'm a day trader, man. And when I'm up, I'm out. And I try to make between, let's say, $1,000 and $5,000 a day. Yeah, sometimes I make nothing. Sometimes I take a hit. But the last few weeks, I've been hitting regularly 3 to 5 grand on my big trades every couple of days, and I've been very, very happy with it. So, and it's because I'm not looking for the big hit. I'm taking what I get. I'm in at night. When I wake up in the morning, I'm selling that trade. You know, picking the fact that I'm a day trader in that aspect. I'm a long-term accumulator with Bitcoin. And knowing how I feel about those two, and like it's two personalities, right? When I'm day trading, I'm a day trader. But I'm always in the back of my mind saying, okay, if I took in this amount of money this month, we're gonna allocate some chunks to Bitcoin right now, you know?
Okay. Listen, we're coming up to the end of this, but I have a little thing. I know you just came back from Vegas.
Oh yeah.
The city of gambling. Don't recommend it. Yeah. But we're gonna take a little bet here, right?
Okay.
Bitcoin, heads, Bitcoin goes to 100K. Tails, Bitcoin goes back to 60K.
Okay.
Heads or tails?
I mean, heads for sure. It goes to 100K, right?
Let's have a look.
Let's go, baby. Right. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Not financial advice, but I trust this man with anything.
Yo, it worked, man. It worked. You know? No, but thank you so much, and thank you to BTCC. I always love seeing you guys. Whenever I'm around the world, I get to see you guys in Singapore, Dubai, Miami.
We were in Lisbon in December.
In Lisbon, yeah, exactly. I forgot another city. You know, my bad, I forgot. And it's nice when you go somewhere like me. It's just me and Jamie. I don't have a huge team. To know there's someone waiting, someone to go to dinner with, someone to talk to, someone to talk about the entire markets and have fun, make content. And so I consider all my partners family. I don't want to work with people that I don't consider family. I don't want to be around people that I don't feel comfortable with. That I just gotta hang out with them and I really like you guys. I love BTCC. I love what you do for the community, and I just want to say thank you.
No, thank you, Sam. Honestly, mate.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure meeting you.
Much respect to you guys.
Yeah. Honestly. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
Buy Bitcoin.